My name is Adam. I represent Evoqua Water Technologies for our aquatics division for the ASEAN Plus region, including South Asia region. So before we start my presentation, I would like to get everyone to answer the poll, which will appear in your screen in a moment.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Okay.
good. Yeah, I can see that. And you can close.
Okay, why when I close okay. Can you see my screen now better?
Yeah, closed.
Okay.
So actually, make sure to share the result. Share the result of the poll.
At the end of the presentation.
No. Actually, you can show the result after people
Ah.
selected. After people selected, this is the poll result here already.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see
Then I
that.
hide it.
Yeah, and then you close the poll.
Okay. You cannot see the poll anymore, right?
Yeah. But now I can still see the poll. You need to share your presentation.
Funny. I have closed it. The poll is closed.
Yeah, the poll.
Can you see my presentation?
Yeah, right now. Yes, sure.
Okay. First thing, who we are. We are Evoqua Water Technologies, based in US. We have office all around the world. We are based in Singapore for our Asia Pacific region. We have our own office with a local team in India. We have office in China, and we have our own team as well in Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah.
Evoqua Water Technology is a leading provider of water and wastewater treatment solution. We provide technologies, products, services, and also expertise to support the water segment, including recreational customers in the market. So this is a glance of our company. We are globally located. Our revenue back in 2019 is 1.44 billion. We have brands with legacy over 100 years old, and we have installation base over 200,000 worldwide. So before we start to show about the technologies that we have to offer, I think it is important to identify problems that water park and swimming pool may have. So before we give you a solution, it is important to identify the problems. For example, does your pool get cloudy during peak time? For example, during public holiday or on the weekend, to identify whether your pool is clear enough, is as simple as, can you see the bottom of your pool? Can you see clearly the main drain on the bottom of your water parks of pool? Next is, do you notice any pool smell in your pool facilities? You would hear common comments such as the pool has high chlorine smell, for example. Do you notice any signs of corrosion around your swimming pool, such as on your ladders or any steel panel surrounding your pool? And lastly, are you struggling with high utility costs, such as your water costs, electricity costs, and even your man operation costs, for example? Yep, this is some of the example images, problems that water parks may have. You can see on the left, the water body of the water park is green. It may shows the pool has high algae content. The pool is also cloudy. You can see on the right as well, the pool water is cloudy, which you will have a hard time to see at the bottom of the floor of the pool. So why water quality matters? So the first thing, by having a bad water quality for your pool, it may affect your brands and reputation as a company. Yeah, would you have a 5-star hotel with a very cloudy pool? You would drive your value of the value of your property down, which people may avoid to come to your hotel. So knowing safety and recreational water illnesses is important as well. People who swim in your pool, who may get sick after a few days, may want to avoid your pool. Knowing the risk by having an inferior system for your swimming pool, air quality, pool that could not handle a high load may cause a very high pool smell, which people may avoid to come as well. Guest and staff satisfaction. If your pool has a constant pool smell, your staff that may inhale every single time may cause them to have illnesses like lifeguard lung illness. And lastly, operating efficiency. How would you improve your swimming pool further to drive the cost of your operation down in order to sustain your business? So before we go into our technologies, I think it's important to know the components of your swimming pool water treatment. There's 3 main components. The first one is water recirculation. It's about how frequent would you recirculate all your water in the pool through your equipment. Yeah, this is mainly about turnover period. Would you undersize your flow rate? Your pool could not handle to react or to maintain the water quality when the pool is having a high load of people. Second is filtration. Are you having a filtration system that could handle that could provide a safe water quality for your pool? And lastly, whatever that pass through your filtration system, such as virus, bacteria, are you maintaining enough residual chemical in your pool to effectively disinfect all the microorganisms? So all 3 components must work in coherent towards each other. If one fail, the whole water treatment system will fail to sustain its performance, and it will jeopardize your swim bather safety, and later on you would be incurred higher cost to repair and also to maintain. It works just like a 3-step gear. So now we'll come to our brands and technologies that we have to offer. At Evoqua, we have many brands. Out of all those brands that we have, we cater 4 brands that we could offer as one-stop solution for the aquatics market. We have Neptune Benson, who lead with the best filtration technology in the market with our regenerative media filter since 1956. We have Wallace and Tennant brands, over 100 years old company brands that offer chlorination technologies such as gas fed or salt chlorination, and also analyzer and controller. We have ATG from UK, specialized in UV disinfection for the aquatics as well. And lastly, we have Pacific Ozone, who provides ozonation products for swimming pool secondary disinfection system. So to combine, we came out with our one-stop solution, as you've seen on the screen, which provide the best and premium water quality and low operational cost saving for your swimming pool. Okay, before we go into our regenerative media filtration technologies, I would like to have everyone answer the second poll.
Yeah, that's
Really?
good. Yeah,
okay.
That's good. Yeah, and you can close the poll.
Okay, say 90%. Okay, let's give it another 5 seconds. Okay, thank you everyone for answering the poll.
Yeah, can you show the result? Oh, yeah, this is the result. Yeah, and then you can continue. Yeah, can you continue the presentation?
Remy, can I not show the result?
Yeah, if you don't like, it's fine. Yeah,
It's fine, right?
no need. Yeah, it's fine. No need. So if you think it's too busy for you, I can launch the post for you.
Okay.
Like
No. I mean, don't need to share the result. Because the result is for us, not for the audience.
Okay, yeah, you can yeah, you can keep
Don't
yeah,
need to share.
if yeah.
Okay. Can you
You can
see my slide now?
yeah, sure. Yeah, you can continue. Yes.
Okay. So now I would like to share about our Defender regenerative media filter. So when it comes to the commercial swimming pool market, you still see a lot of the swimming pool are still using traditional sand filters. At Evoqua, we have an alternative technologies, which is the regenerative media filter, which we offer to the market. So what's the benefit of having this technology? You would save 90% less water in comparison to what sand filter can. You would save 50% less energy for your pumps. You would require less pump energy to push the water through our filter. By having this technology, you would save 75% of space in your mechanical plant room. One unit of our Defender could easily replace 4 units of horizontal filter to accommodate the same flow rate. And next, the technology provides 30% less fuel and chemical. Since there's no backwash, just in compared to sand filter, we could save up to 30% less fuel and chemical. And lastly, Defender technology provides much better particulate reduction at 95%. So on the right, that's how you would see how the Defender filter looks like. The internal tank would have thousands of tube element that would be coated by perlite media, where all the water with the dirt will pass through the tube, and the dirt will be trapped within the perlite media. So how Defender filter works? So in comparison with sand filter works by the principle of depth filtration. Is the most least effective and efficient filtration method in the market. How sand filter works, the water with the dirt has to pass through the bed of sands where the dirt will be trapped. Typically, the size of the dirt which will be trapped will be between 20 to 30 micron. Uh, in, com- uh, uh, in comparison to regenerative media filter, it works with the principle of surface filtration. As I mentioned, the water will pass through the flexible tube element and the dirt will be trapped within the perlite media. The perlite media allows the filtration performance down to 1 micron. So with sun filter, after some times of operation, when all the dirt is trapped within the sand bed, the operator will need to backwash to clean the sand by having a backwash with a reverse flow by fluidizing the sand bed. The dirt will be backwashed direct into the drain. This backwash can happen with between 5 to 15 minutes, uh, 15 minutes, and the frequency could be from daily or every 3 days to do the backwash. And this will incur very high wastewater for the operator. In comparison with regenerative media filter, there is a process called bumping. The perlite media will trap all the dirt. However, the perlite media will need to be flipped by the principle of bumping. The system will come with a controller which will automate all this bumping mechanism so that your perlite media will be effectively and efficiently used during the whole life of the polite media until the polite media will need to be discharged and replaced with a new polite media. Okay, this is a sample, an example of a video how the bumping mechanism works. Remy, can you see the video?
I will. Yeah, yeah, I can
So
see.
now you will see the polite media is coated around the tube.
Yes.
Then now is the bumping mechanism where the polite media is released into the water as a solution,
Yeah, it's
and
running.
the system with the pneumatic valves will be regulated to initiate a looping flow so that all the polite media will be coated
Yeah,
back onto the tube.
yeah, it's running well.
Okay, thank you. Okay. You may ask, how frequent do you need to replace the polite media? So, as a reference, if you have a sand filter that requires backwash every 3 days, the Defender will require a daily bumping, which will be done automatically with timer or even pressure differential. The polite media will have to be replaced after some times. For a typical outdoor pool, the polite media can survive between 4 to 6 weeks, whereas the indoor pool will survive between 6 to 8 weeks. So the process to replace the media is very easy. It's as simple as open the drain valve below the tank, and the new polite media will be transferred via a vacuum system that comes with the system, comes with the Defender, uh, as easy as a hose from the vacuum that transfer from the polite from the back into the tank. So what is 1 micron versus sand filter 20 micron filtration capability? So you can see on the left, there is a reference of the sizes. Even 5 to 10 micron blood cell, Defender can trap them. The key virus in the swimming pool world is cryptosporidium virus, with size at about 5 micron. This pathogen is chlorine resistance. Therefore, no chlorine can instantly kill them in a swimming pool. So by having a Defender, the system can filter cryptosporidium virus at 99% efficiency compared to sand filter of only 28% capability. So this means that if you have a cryptosporidium virus, 100 virus of cryptosporidium virus in the pool, only one will pass through Defender. Whereas if you are using sand filter, 72 units of crypto will pass through the sand filter. So this performance is validated by University of North Carolina. Okay, so how clear is clear? Yeah, so this will provide, by having a clear swimming pool, you would provide a great experience for your guests to swim. On the left, you can see a pool that uses sand filter at 20 micron capability, compared to on the right that uses Defender filter with filtration capability at 1 micron. So how small of footprint that Defender filters benefits the pool owners? You can see on the left. Originally, a water park in Illinois has two sets of 4 horizontal filters, which we replaced with 2 units of our Defender SP55, our largest model of Defender filter. So this is another example at Barcelona Olympic Pool. Originally, there was 18 units of conventional vertical sand filter, which were replaced with only 2 Defender filters. One for the Olympic pool, and another one is for the diving pool. So it's not only that you would save on space by having one unit of Defender filter that can cater for 516 cubic meter per hour, you would need 4 units of horizontal filter for that similar flow. By having 1 unit of Defender filter, you would save mechanical room space, and you would use far less pipes and valve. There are no many battery valves for your sand filter. There is no need for reinforced base for heavy sand filter. This is typically important would you have a top swimming pool in a high-rise building where the base, where the concrete floor will need to be reinforced to withstand the big weight of the sand filter. And you would not need big backwash holding tank to cater for the big backwash flow rate from sand filter. And lastly, you would not need big balancing tank to cater for the backwash water volume for sand filter. So this is how a Defender filter system looks like. You would have the system, the tank itself with the controller. You would see there's a 2 pneumatic valves which will be controlled by the controller to initiate the looping flow for the perlite to coat back to the tube. Yeah, and a compressor will need to be included to regulate the valves and also the bumping mechanism with the tire on top of the tank. So how much water will you save by having Defender in comparison to sand filter? On this slide, you would see the table above is using a sand filter, 4 units of sand filter to cater 516 cubic meter per hour. For yearly, you would lose around 10,560 cubic meter of water in comparison of by using 1 unit of Defender filter, which you would lose only 77 cubic meter. Therefore, in terms of makeup water cost, by having sand filter, you would lose 588,000 rupees in compared to Defender only at 4,200 rupees of water cost. So you would ask, how much of perlite media do you need annually? To run a unit of Defender filter with 7 times of perlite media change, per kilo of perlite media would cost you typically around $2 per kilo. In a year, you would need, it would cost you 67,200 rupees only for the perlite media. Therefore, if you include perlite media, you would still save more than 500,000 rupees to run your swimming pool with Defender filter. So Defender filter also save your electrical cost for your pump. You can see this is an example of an analysis we did by having the sand filter that represent the red line with backwash every 3 days, and by using Defender filter, which require daily bump, you would save a lot more energy to push the water through your filter. The yellow area represents the amount of electrical energy saving that you would benefit. Yeah, in terms of cost, you will see on the first line that is a sand filter with starter motor that to cater for 516 cubic meter per hour. Annual cost of electricity will be 2.2 million rupees in comparison with Defender filter running with VFDs. You would pay, it would cost you for your electrical cost more than half at 1.1 million rupees. So it's not only about operational cost, it's also about robustness of the Defender filter as well. The Defender filter comes with a 10 years limited warranty. The tank is made out of carbon steel, and the tube element in the internal component most are made out of stainless steel 316. Therefore, the system can last more than 20 years. We have sites that have been operated more than 15 years till date. We have over 1,000 plus installation based globally. You would not need replacement part for the first 10 to 15 years. Would no error been done to the system? The only wear and tear part after 10 years would be the bumping mechanism, which the tire is made out of rubber. There would be a rubber gasket and also O-ring, which will need to be replaced if there's leaking happen to the system. So to replace the media is very easy. It only need the operator to do it themselves, and takes about 10 minutes. Compared to a sand filter, the sand will need to be replaced within 1 to 3 years. The sand is bulky. You have a pool with sand filter in a high rise. To remove the sand would take a whole day of work. Would you hire a third party to do it? It will incur with a high service cost. And typically the sand filter comes with a fragile ABS lateral system. Once the lateral breaks, the sand will escape to a pool, and the only way to fix this is to take out the bulky sand and replace the lateral internally. And sand filter that made out of fiberglass can crack or break as well, and therefore once that breaks or crack, and the only way to fix is to replace them entirely. So we have 3 models to offer for our Defender filter. We have our standard Defender that with the biggest flow rate at 516 cubic meter per hour. We have our next a smaller version of our standard Defender, which can go through any standard door size. The largest flow is 93 cubic meter per hour. And with our latest launch series, FP Fiberglass series, with one model, the flow rate can be catered between 24 to 68 cubic meter per hour. This system comes with a power bump, which will not require an air tire bumping on top of the filter. And the controller comes with a semi-automatic version. This is how we have launched with our new technology. You could see on the left, that is our standard version, where you would need air compressor to inflate the tire so that the tube can move up and down in order to release into the water. But today, with our new technology of FP series, you would have a power bump system where we are using a simple reverse flow that provide enough shear force to agitate the tube to release the perlite into the water. This provide 20 times more powerful bump, and therefore with 30% stronger impulse. With this, you will not need to do a more frequent maintenance in order to wash off the tube element from the oil stain. So this is how it looks like in a system. By not having the air bumping system, you would have an additional 3 pneumatic valves in order to execute the reverse flow to simulate the bumping mechanism. This is an example installation base that we have for a baby pool, where we use a unit of FP series filter for the swimming pool. So all our Defender system comes with a proper certification. We have NSF 50 certified. It means that all the system, what we have promised in terms of filtration capability, flow rate capability, the NSF body tested and actually certified and validate our performance. Before we go through to the next technology, I would like to have everyone to answer the third poll question.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you everyone for holding the poll. Okay, before we start on the UV, I would like to have everyone to answer our last poll question. What secondary? Remy, can you see the next question?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone for answering our last poll. So, for the next technology, I would like to present our medium pressure UV system to be used in conjunction with chlorination as secondary disinfection system.
Yeah.
So why use a medium pressure UV as secondary disinfection system for commercial pool or water park? Number one, by having a medium pressure UV, you would complete the disinfection process of your swimming pool. As I mentioned earlier, you would have cryptosporidium virus, which is chlorine resistant. Therefore, you would need another system that can complete the disinfection of your swimming pool. Besides, to complete the disinfection, you would also reduce your chlorine demand up to 60%. It means that this will drive down further your chlorine chemical cost. So next, by having a medium pressure UV instead of the typical low pressure UV in the market, the system will provide a photolysis process that can reduce the chloramine or combined chlorine level in your pool. So to understand what is combined chlorine is about, previously I mentioned about pool smell. You would have free chlorine in the pool that react with organic, such as urine or sweat or dead cell, which once this has reacted, it will become combined chlorine. This combined chlorine can be off-gas into the air, which will cause the pool smell and also irritates the eyes and also the skin. Therefore, in order to provide a safe level of combined chlorine in a pool that will not cause pool smell or eyes irritants, that typically standard is at 0.4 ppm concentration, you would need a system such as medium pressure UV to remove the chloramine level in the pool. Yeah, this will also help to prevent corrosion in your swimming pool facilities as well. And lastly, the benefit of reducing chloramine, you would reduce your downtime that you typically require to shock your swimming pool. And third, medium pressure UV can further improve the quality of the water quality of your pool by oxidizing all the unwanted contaminant by coagulation with photolysis process. This is done by the UV will produce a limited amount of hydroxyl radical, which will further oxidize and resulting in crystal clear and sparkling water. The system comes with a remote monitoring and automation system that remove the time or the need of many operators to operate the pool. And lastly, our medium pressure UV is third-party validated, third-party validated by NSF 50 means that whatever we promise on disinfection and also reducing combined chlorine is validated, is tested and validated to perform as such. So the system comes with an advanced feature, is safe and simple to maintain, is the most compact system, medium pressure system in the market, and is efficient as well. The system is engineered for more efficient for the system. Yeah, and the system comes with a variable power that reduce power consumption as well. So this is how it looks like in a plant room. You could see typically a UV system comes in a tube. However, our medium pressure UV comes in the loop of wafer valve, and therefore provides the most compact system in the market. So these are some features that our UV provides. It has a third-party validated UV sensor. It's easy to maintain by twist locking the UV lamp and even the sensor. And the system comes with a wiper system as well to make sure that the lamp is always clean and not scaled to reduce the UV intensity. So this is one of the advanced system of our UV. It comes with a fully variable power control that can be regulated the UV power between 100% to 30%. Typically, you would have a sand filter where the flow will reduce when the filter pressure is increased. This drop of flow, the UV can sense and drop the UV intensity at the same rate of the flow as well. This will prolong the life of the lamp, reduce your power consumption, and also prolong the life of the system.